After being afflicted with polio at the age of 8, my life became a battlefield. I navigated my entire school life relying on pain relief meditation. I developed a passion for cricket, but just as I had begun playing, the one set of diabetes left me utterly shattered.
Hi, welcome to the Via Diabetes interview series. It's a pleasure to have you here and it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Hello, Olivia. It's pleasure to speak with you. I appreciate the work you are doing in diabetes awareness, and I am grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you, Harry. So, before we get into anything else, could you give our viewers a bit of background on your current full-time job and your career to date?
I hail from Tamil Nadu, located in the southern part of the country. I am a fighter living with diabetes and polio. To support my livelihood, I sell vegetables at daily markets, and I am also cricketer with disability.
Could you tell us your diagnosis story and how you manage your diabetes on top of your daily life?
I was born in healthy, but age of 8, I was struck the disease of polio, which left my arms and legs paralyzed. At the age of 23, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, a condition that turned my life upside down on one second. Living with diabetes, a humongous challenge, and facing it while coping with my physical disability makes it all the more difficult.
Yeah, that sounds really tough. So, how do you manage your diabetes on top of the virus?
Despite being unable to live life quite like others, my self-confidence and mental fortitude transpired me into a fighter. However, diabetes has left me feeling deeply worried. The struggle to live with this condition is truly grueling ordeal. Due to my polio-affected cat, I found myself in situation where I was unable to self-administrate my insulin injections. Yet, this life of living with diabetes is gradually teaching me how to embrace and navigate every single experience.
That's a really humble way of looking at it. Thank you. So, what has surviving this and managing diabetes taught you about life, would you say?
During the early stages of my struggle with diabetes, I faced numerous difficulties due to lack of awareness about the condition and the lack of education regarding the necessity of taking insulin 3 times a day. My health deteriorated severely and I was hospitalized on multiple occasions. Subsequently, I gained a comprehensive understanding of what diabetes truly entails. Through my connection within diabetes community, I realized that managing this condition is fundamentally matter of lifestyle modification. I am now actively working to impress upon everyone that diabetes education is paramount importance for the affected the diseases.
So, what do you personally want to see more of from governments or businesses in India to help with your diabetes management?
For those affected by diabetes, the primary burden is financial. Managing these diseases requires substantial economic resources. In my own life, I receive my insulin pump, all necessary testing supplies through the social welfare organization. However, ordinary people often struggle to adequately manage the medical expense associated with diabetes. In the future, the government as well as public and private charitable organizations must step forward to help alleviate this financial burden faced the affected by diabetes.
So, outside of your regular job, I know that you also manage a cricket team, which is really cool. Can I ask whether you've been able to be open about your condition in the cricket world?
For the 3 years Prior to being diagnosed with diabetes, I played cricket as player. However, after the onset of the condition, I stopped playing because my physical health no longer cooperated. Subsequently, driven my passion for the sport, I served as a team manager. In the beginning, I did not disclose my diabetes to my teammates. However, having since traveled and engaged with the diabetes community organization, I now openly share with everyone that live with type 1 diabetes.
My penultimate question is, have you suffered with mental health related to your diabetes at all? If so, how? And do you believe that the systems currently in place in India are good enough to support you?
After being afflicted with polio at the age of 8, my life became a battlefield. I navigated my entire school life relying on pain relief meditation. I developed a passion for cricket, but just as I had begun playing, the onset of diabetes left me utterly shattered. The stigma associated with diabetes was such that wherever I went, it was ostracized and treated merely as a sick patient. I found myself in a situation where I would not even consume proper meals. Stress resulting from this took a serve to toll on me. To recover from the impact of this condition, I began researching it extensively. It was then that I realized diabetes is fundamentally a matter of lifestyle, a condition rooted in our daily living habits. My fellow friends living with diabetes taught me how to adapt my lifestyle to manage the condition effectively. Today, I live as a fighter, mentally powered and self-confident, committed the lifelong mission of eradicating the stigma surrounding diabetes.
Thank you, Harry. What is one piece of advice that you would give a newly diagnosed person living with diabetes?
Your condition does not control your dreams. Often, it's our own prescription of the disorder and the fear surrounding is that holds us back. Living with type 1 diabetes does not limit what you can achieve, only doubts we carry within ourselves can do that. When we learn to face those fears and believe in our abilities, our dreams remain just as possible as anyone else. I can stand before you today and share the story of how I pursued my dreams while living with this condition. It is proof that it can be done. And if my story inspires you, even in the smallest way, I will feel that my purpose in sharing it was truly being fulfilled.
Thank you, Harry. It's been an
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure to have you on the series and a real pleasure to get to meet you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.